So 23 was a difficult emotional process. So being away for so long is scary, because you're like, I've been away for so long. Do I really want to go back? And you're kind of toying with these, as I've said in many stages throughout my career, with coming in and out of the TT at different times. You're working on what your instincts are to do, and then what your moral responsibilities are, and how much you want to torment your emotions of the people closest to you. So I've got all these sort of moral dilemmas in my head, and then ultimately I kind of get to the point, and you go, you know what, stuff it. It's my life. You get one life. Let's make the most of it. And you kind of have to take that elite sports person's attitude, which is single-minded. I don't want to say selfish, because that's, I think, too harsh a comment. I think it's single-minded. You have to be successful, even if it's in business. You know, anyone that wants to be successful, they have to be single-minded, because if you consider everyone and try and keep everyone happy, you'll never achieve it. So I've kind of get to that point where my single-minded focus goes, this is what I want to do, and this is what I need to do, and I do it.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Sharing the room with these lovely men. Oh, sorry, I thought it was David.
So last year was a real kind of process of like, how much do I really want to do this? You know, I'm away long enough now that I could maybe, it'd be accepted just to stay away. But there's more of me that wants to come back than there is me that wants to walk away. So so then after I had last year, this year feels so much easier. It's like I've got momentum in my stride. You know what I mean? I've got last year out of the way. I've got all those sort of like nervous energies been put to the side, and it's more about clarity and focus. But then with that comes other responsibilities like results and progression and improvements. And I feel like I've got quite a little cushion, because Hickey's like the spearhead of what the team's doing and needs to achieve. And I'm able to sort of sit in this sort of like, yeah, it's like a slipstream. You know, I'm in the calm air behind, and get this like little pathway. Although I have to make my own way, it feels like there's a bit of a cushion there. But then I feel like my mental approach, whether it's right or wrong, is I feel like I don't have. I don't know if it's that I don't have pressure, or I don't feel the pressure from outside. You know, I don't mind what the press say. I don't mind what the fans say, the public say. I don't mind what the team says. I feel like I'm here for me. You know what I mean? And if I don't get the results, like I get real angry or down, and it's visible in BSB when I don't get the results that I need. But I don't feel like I have that same, I don't even know the correct word for it, but I don't feel like I have that same reaction to results in the TT. If I don't get a result, I'm far more, I feel like I'm far more accepting of a result at the TT, whether it's good or bad, than I am for a result in BSB.
Ready? Question number one. What's your plan for a zombie apocalypse?
Join them. Can I come back to it? No. Yeah.
Skip?
Yeah, skip it. I don't know.
Do you put sauce all over your chips or a dollop on the side?
No, no sauce. Chips with salt.
Nice choice. What was your first car?
Van. Ford Transit.
Have you ever done a cartwheel?
Yeah.
Can you still do a cartwheel?
Probably.
You want to prove it?
Could try. Good. I don't know how bad that was, but managed.
What is your favourite ring on the hob?
Why would you have a favourite?
Why wouldn't you have a favourite? Everyone says the big one.
I thought they were all the same size.
Along the way, if you need to.
Okay, cool. Well, all I can do is fail, so let's just get on with it.
No problem. So, if you are ready.
Yep, ready. Left bridge.
Yes.
But I'm sure it is. Henleys?
No, within the first 2 miles.
Oh, Braddon?
Yes.
Like most corners on a track. Guthrie's?
Yes.
So, I think someone's done that before though. Like, ripping it, in fact.
It's fine.
Yeah, I've been put under pressure like that.
You did well.
Of confidence.
Yeah.
After it's finished.
You tried encouragement all the
No,
way through.
the clues were good. That was super helpful. So thank you. Appreciate it.
No,
All right, guys.
yeah, good.
Okay. I just
You get over last night, was it?
yeah.
Saying the TT in one word. Did you say hard or art?
I said art.
Right, there we go then. Why did you call it art?
Because I think like when you do something to such a high standard, it's not just a job or something that you a hobby or a passion, or it becomes an art form. So I feel like the best word I could think of that what we're doing is an art, you know. Course is like death metal, and I'm trying to make it classical. So I'm trying to dull down all the and heightened experience, and trying to make it something I can cope with and deal with and process, and minimize all the stress and chaos to something that's easy to digest, process, deal with, and move on.
The best thing about being a TT racer, I guess, for me, it's respect. Although most of the time, and I don't like it, most of the time people think you take your brain out and you're just a thrill-seeking daredevil, adrenaline junkie. They don't respect the art and the homework and the years of preparation it takes to be at this level. So I'm kind of in a fight with how I feel about it. But for most part, I love the respect that it's given, you know, from the public, from the mechanics, from the fans, people, even people that don't know. It's immediately, I feel like there's a level of respect there. I'm going to be on the stage already. I'll be backstage.
I'm not bowing to peer pressure. Sorry, Amy.
Down it.
Welcome to Road to 2024. Please welcome your hosts for the evening, Chris Pritchard, Grace Webb, and Steve Plater.
World Superbike rider for a reason. So, 132.5 did he do last year on the Stocker? After a few years away, yeah, he's definitely one to watch.
5-year hiatus, and he was immediately up to speed. He will hope to build some consistency, and the two-time British Superbike rider and champion is more than a dark horse. Also, we've got Davey Todd on the BMW. He's going into his 5th TT, looking to make the breakthrough to begin a genuine contender for race wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to John Brooks and David Todd.
Are you feeling a little bit tired after your trip over?
No, I got 3 hours on the boat, and then I snuck another 3 hours in the hotel. So I got 6. That's probably a normal night's sleep for me anyway.
Yeah, that's all you need. So, like I said in the intro there, 5 years you were away from the TT, although you've been coming back as a fan. and working as a mechanic I saw every now and again. What did it feel like though to cock your leg back over a bike and set off down the road?
Like being shot out of a cannon. It was awesome. It was actually as good as I could have expected. After my first year in 13 and then my second year in 14, I thought, okay, I'll be ready when I come back in 17, but I got a real shock. It was like starting over new again. So with having 5 years gap, I anticipated a big challenge, and I was pleasantly surprised that my memory had captured a lot of the important stuff, and I was able to get straight to it with ease. And then it was just about focusing on bike setup and improving corner by corner. I had a fantastic year last year. Made it on the podium in the supertwin. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking to try and obviously go a bit better in the major classes, but yeah, last year was a perfect step back in.
Steve spoke to Pete briefly about you. We're now going to speak about Pete while he's off the stage. You couldn't ask for a better teammate really in Pete, although it's a bit of a double-edged sword because you've got someone there who's the fastest, but also you still want to be with him, don't you?
Yeah, you do, but I've got the luxury of being able to analyse his data, look at where his track position, his brake pressure, what gear he's in, what RPM he's in at any given point. I've got all that information that all his rivals, his strong rivals, would love to have, and I've got it there. So, yeah, as much as he's someone I aspire to be like, at some point I have to aspire to be better than him and try and beat him. So. Yeah, he certainly set the target high.
You got all that data, it's easy.
I've got a book of excuses. If you're looking for excuses, you'll find them.
No, seriously, you're taking it. I'm just talking to you down there. You said, you rode the superstock last year in all the classes, but you're coming back hopefully 24 with a superbike, superstock, supersport, supertwin. You're going for that win, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, of course I'd love to win. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't want to do that, but I'd like to set my target a little bit more realistic. I got on the podium last year in the supertwin, which was a great achievement, but I'm actually more proud of getting fifth in the senior. It's the big bike, the main class that we all aspire to get the results in. So and if I could stand on the podium, with the likes of the big dogs. In a major race, that would be like a win to me at this point.